Thanks, Anthony. No, as Anthony said, we certainly hadn't actually exchanged any money. And yes, my profession is I'm a herpetologist. I have a passion for reptiles, which is why hopefully you can see on the screen some nice crocodiles. The thing that we've put there is the unexpected. Now, that's the biggest thing in the veterinary profession at the moment that we face as a challenge and that we find really interesting and both exciting, is that we don't know what's round the corner. We don't know what's going to happen. And every single day that we get up, something has changed in the industry. And I think what's really interesting for me is that even in the very, very short time that I've been around as a businessman here, just in those 8 years, things have changed so much that we're really having to think of new innovative ideas and not just, you know, things like KPIs, ATVs, all the things that we keep going round the houses and looking at. So what I thought I'd do for this Lunch and Learn is just really give you an insight into some of the things that we think about as a practice. And then at the end, hopefully there'll be plenty of time for people to post questions. And what we really want to do is share with you the things that we have found that worked and helped and made our lives better, and the things that we also found challenging, and some of the things that hopefully may save you a couple of quid, which is always a good thing in this recession. If it can save you money, then I'm really quite keen on that. And hopefully if it can help to reduce your stress levels and make life a bit easier, that's again something that we're quite keen on helping you with. So the industry is changing. Now, the first thing you have to say is, do we need change? Well, one of the things that I often consider is, can we avoid change? Every day, as I say, that we get up, something different is happening, whether it's new practices, whether it's mergers between corporates, whether it's special offers that vaccines are being given away for just a couple of quid. There is something every day that is changing. And one of the interesting things for us is, if everything else changes and we do nothing, what will happen? And I think that's one of the big questions you have to ask yourself before effecting, do I need change in my practice? Are you doing well? Are client numbers increasing? Is everything good with the bottom line? Are the staff content? All those things can be going through your mind. If everything is going well and nothing is broken, then, as my grandmother used to say when she was in this world, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I think it's a consideration. Don't change just for the sake of change, but change if it's something that's necessary or you feel is going to benefit your business and your practice. If you decide not to make any changes to your practice, at the same time, you need to be considering and benchmarking what's happening. So don't just put your head in the sand, as unfortunately some of the practices that I've been to in the past have done, and then when there is a really serious problem and the cash flow has gone and there's lots of problems, then they try and start to make a fix. At this point in time, what we like to do is keep an eye on what's happening around us and try and lead what's going on in your area rather than following. So I'm just going to move this little screen so I can see what I've put down on my notes. What's happening in our industry? Well, for me, what's happening on a daily basis is that we see more people being purchased. So we see people either selling to corporates, or we see people making requests that they want a better working life balance. So they want to work less hours, perhaps even with more money, and they certainly perhaps don't want to work out of hours or late shifts. So the industry is changing all the time. The people within the industry are changing and their lives are changing. And one of the things that we often find is that whilst we will employ people, take them on, and they'll work in a set way for a certain period of time, we then find that as their lives change, perhaps they get married, perhaps they have children, perhaps they want to work less hours or their health suffers, we have to adapt our business to accommodate them as best we can. So all these things, whether it's corporates, whether it's buying groups, whether it's drug companies that are running out of products, the industry changes on a daily basis and we have to respond to that. Some of those things are quite easy to respond to. Some of those things you simply can do very little about. And some of those things